guys, this is Coop from GarageGymReviews.com, and today I'm reviewing this bad boy. This is the new improved TrueForm Runner. In the past I've said this is one of the best treadmills that's available. It's a motorless treadmill, and they've just taken what's already been a very good treadmill and made it better. Today I'm going to talk about some of the changes they've made and also just go through it and tell you what I like about it. Let's do it. So the TrueForm Runner is unlike any other traditional treadmill. And what I mean by that is the traditional treadmill uses an electric motor. So think about this. A treadmill has a belt with a motor, and that's how it's propelled. So the electric motor propels the belt, and you're basically like running around on it at the speed that you set it. So you can go anywhere from, 2 miles an hour all the way up to 12, 14, 15 miles per hour on some commercial, really expensive treadmills. This is different from that. Think of this like a hamster wheel. So the faster you move, the faster the belt's gonna move. There's no motor involved. There's no, motor or belt that's gonna break. Basically, this thing is made to take anything you can throw at it and take any speed you can throw at it. So what I mean by that is you can go from walking, a casual walk, all the way up to a sprint, and then back down to a walk very easily and seamlessly in a similar manner that you can on the street. So really the thing behind the TrueForm Runner, and one of the big benefits of it, is it is most similar to running outside than any other treadmill. Okay, so you may be thinking well, it doesn't have a motor. Why would I want a treadmill without a motor? The reason you want a treadmill without a motor is because it feels very similar to running outside. In addition to that, it's also going to last a lot longer. So the TrueForm Runner really got its start in popularity, at least at the CrossFit Games. It's been around for longer than that, but at least that's when I heard about it, and I think that's when a lot of people started hearing about it. So they used them at the CrossFit Games regionals. People really liked them. However, there was a lot of people that really didn't like them. And the reason that people didn't like them isn't because it's not a good machine. It's because it's very difficult to run on if you don't run with proper form. And what I mean by proper form is if you don't run with a pose method type of running form, which is more of a mid-foot strike rather than like a heel strike, if you heel strike on this thing, you're gonna be paying the price. I'm serious. So I've had some friends come over, and everyone wants to just jump on it. This is one of the first pieces that people like to use because it's just like, wow, that's very unique. And so they'll jump on it, and most people aren't used to doing a pose type method of running. And so they sit back in their seat, and they run their heels into the ground, and they just don't go anywhere. And it's just so tiring. And really, they want it to be tiring because the TrueForm Runner isn't just designed to make you run long distances and be an enjoyable runner. It's designed to improve your running form. It's the reason they call it the TrueForm Runner, because they believe that the true form, the form that you should be running with, is more with a mid-foot strike and pulling your heel towards your butt. And the way that the TrueForm Runner does that is it's got this slight arc on it. Okay, so that slight arc, you can kind of tell it looks like a board of like a skateboard of some sort, allows you to basically propel the belt forward, and also in order for you to continue to propel it, you're going to need to drag it backwards, okay? So you dragging backwards is basically, it forces you to run like that when you run on the street. So it's beneficial not only for your fitness, but also for your form. And if you want better fitness, if you want to be a better runner, and if you want to run longer, then you should probably have better form, and that's what the TrueForm's designed to do. So as I said, at the CrossFit Regionals, people kind of got upset at it. The reason they got upset is because it's more difficult to run on. There's other competing companies, and I'll talk about how this compares to those here in a moment. But if you're not looking to have a better form in your running, and you're just like, I just want a good fitness workout, then I probably wouldn't suggest this runner. Okay? I don't know why you wouldn't want better form, but there are other runners out there that don't dock you if you're using bad form or not using a pose method of running. So in addition to improving your running form, and that being like a trademark of the TrueForm Runner, the TrueForm Runner is also the best built treadmill I've ever used and I've ever seen. And I actually mean that, and the reason is because this thing is built like a tank. So it's got a fully welded unit. Actually, if you look at the corners, I don't know if they're using a robotic welder or these are hand welded, but there's this bead that runs around the entire unit. This isn't like some cheap plastic like you see with some other runners, and that's one of the reasons it's so expensive, is because they're using heavy gauge steel. I'm not sure if it's steel or aluminum, but it's a heavy unit, and then they're welding it around. It's just really good looking weld. In addition to that, there's all of these bearings beneath the track that run around the runner, and that's what allows the runner to be kind of a seamless, flowing, feeling. So there's hundreds of bearings, like ABEC bearings, that run along the track that allow the belt to sit on the track and then run around smoothly, okay? The benefit of that is it's gonna last forever. These bearings, I don't really see these bearings going out. You're not gonna do enough damage to them for them to stop working. And in addition to that, you don't really have to lube it. That's one of the improved features with the new TrueForm Runner, is they've actually removed the need for lube. So you can kind of just use it as long as you want without having to lube it. It may need to be lubed, the bearings eventually, but it's gonna require a lot of miles for you to actually need it. In addition to that, it's portable, so it's got some wheels on the front if you need to move it around. It's super heavy, so it's not like super easy to move around, but I've seen people use it for like deadlifts and things like that. Those like superset deadlifts with runs, things like that. Not something that I'll plan on doing, but it's pretty easy to lift up because there's bars in the back, and then they've added bigger wheels to the new unit that makes it easier to run around. In addition to that, the belts and everything about the machine really is customizable. So as you can see, mine's this beautiful red, and it actually matches my Sornex rack, which also matches my garage cabinets, which also matches just about everything in the garage. I want this red-black theme. So I got the red because I wanted to exactly match. I actually sent the color code that they used for the Sornex rack over there so they could match it perfectly. So it looks awesome in here. And that's one of the cool things. If you own a commercial gym, having a runner that goes with your theme, I think it's a great idea. So although it's cool to have a black runner, I think it'd be awesome if you had yellow or orange or blue or one of these other colors as the accent color in your gym to make it match this. So they can do that. They can also Cerakote them. They can do just about anything you'd want to it. Also, in addition to that, you can customize the belt. So the belt that I have on here is turf. It's a black turf. I like the turf because I can run without my shoes on very easily. It's super comfortable. If you're running longer distances, I typically do sprints on them, but if you're running longer distances, you may want their traditional black belt, which is like a comfortable belt. And the new version is actually more cushioned than the old one. And they also have a red track that you can put on here where you can use track spikes, or in reality, you can actually use cleats on this turf one if you'd like to, although I don't really plan to do that in my garage. Lastly, there's these handles that are up above, and the handles really are simply just so you can put your hands on. You don't have to use the handles. In fact, I've seen people take the handles off and put the runner underneath like a desk of some sort, so they have a walking desk. I've used it without the handles. I prefer them being there, so when I start up, you kind of put your hands on top and then run as fast as you can to get it started up, and then you start moving. So I prefer the handles. They also have a version that like wraps around so you can attach a band to and do some like resisted running. I think it works well. I like the handles. It doesn't take up a ton of space, and it also allows you to mount the monitor. Now, regarding the monitor, this is probably the piece that I least like on the TrueForm Runner. It tracks your speed, your distance, your pace, and your time. Those are obviously metrics that you want to track, but imagine like a Concept 2 performance monitor, like a PM5 or something on here, that you could track a lot more metrics. You could play games. You could also have like a leaderboard online. So there's some gamification involved that would allow you to use it and compete against others. I think that would really like set this even farther apart from the competition, because right now it's an awesome treadmill, but that is the glaring, bad piece of it. And I know they're working on it. I just wish they would work quicker, because once they come out with that, I really think this is going to completely set it apart from everybody else. Okay, so how does the TrueForm treadmill compare to the competition? Because there's quite a few motorless treadmills out now. There was a time where this was really the only one. There may have been a couple other competitors, but now there's like a wide range, and there's a lot more imported versions and things like that. So the first, and I think the biggest competitor, is the Assault Runner, at least in like the functional fitness community. The Assault Runner works really well. It's a pretty good design. However, the difference between this and the Assault Runner is this is made out of metal. It's very heavy. It has like that big, like a patented curve on it that forces you to get in the proper running position. It also doesn't have a flywheel, whereas the Assault Runner, it has a flywheel that propels the belt a little bit faster. It doesn't require you or dock you if you use like bad form. So if you're a heel striker and you want to heel strike on your treadmill, you can still heel strike without like, you know, absolutely killing yourself on the Assault Runner. And the Assault Runner is also cheaper. Okay, I like the TrueForm Runner because I prefer to improve my form. I also like that it's just built like a tank, but I understand why some people would go to the Assault Runner because it's a lot cheaper. That said, I've noticed that TrueForm Runner recently came out with their basically economy version of the TrueForm Runner. It's more plastic. I believe it's imported, so it's quite a bit cheaper. And you know, I think it'd be a good option for people that want a TrueForm Runner but don't really want to spend as much as you need to get up to this level. We plan on reviewing that one in the future as well. In addition to that, you have like the Woodway Curve. The Woodway Curve has a even larger curve than this, and it also has a flywheel, so you can go, like you've seen people probably on Instagram go up to like 26, 27 miles per hour, which is crazy on a treadmill. Well, the reason they're able to do that is because it's got a flywheel, so it just propels the belt faster. You know, I want a treadmill that's going to simulate road running, and I think this one best achieves that. In addition to that, there's some other imported treadmills that are, you know, coming into the game, like Zebex and Speedway, Speed Curve. I've seen some others. They work, okay, but the difference is this is the creme de la creme, right? This is the top of the line. If you want the absolute best and aren't worried about spending the money, would like to improve your form, want something that you can customize, this is really your best option. That doesn't mean it's your only option. For a lot of home gyms, you're probably going to benefit from a cheaper runner more than this one, like the new economy version or some of the others. But if you want the best, or you have a commercial gym or a university facility, something like that, and you really want to match the aesthetic and you want to improve the running form of people, this is the one to get. TrueForm Runner. It's an awesome runner. It's a beast. Thanks for watching this Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. What do you think about it? It's expensive, it's pricey. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see you next time. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you like more, make sure you subscribe. If you want to see more of the videos, you can click any of the ones that are on the screen. You can also check us out and build your own garage gym at garagegymreviews.com. Thanks for the support. We'll see you next time.